What's going on, everybody? My name is James Hofer, known as Urban Picker. You can find my store, my eBay store at urban-picker.com, and I'm here to bring you some new videos. If you know my history, I used to make a lot of shoe videos and then dabbled here with some of the picking videos, but as of late, I've seen a lot of people who just make picking videos to give advice and whatever, and I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I can do something like that with my 17 years of experience that I've been selling on eBay and just share with some of my stories and what have you on my finds. But one thing that I do differently is when I learn every day. You should learn every day when you're picking, when you're doing this for a living. And one way that I learn is by going through people's sold items. When you go through their sold items, you know what sold for how much, and that's the most convenient way to learn, if you will. So I find myself doing that. So I thought I'd make some videos showing things that I'm listing and even things that I have sold, and then maybe give you stories and some info to help you along the way. So if you're just starting out, or like I said, even if you've been doing this 17 years, you can always learn something new. So that is me with a car full of stuff, as you can see. Uh, that was taken actually. Maybe I've even sold something. We'll get to that story when we get to it, if there is a story to get to. So we're going to start off with things that I've listed for the day. So let's pop that out of the way. Today I've just been working on some shirts I had laying around for about a week ago. Uh, some stuff I picked up at the Goodwill Pound Store. Uh, love the Goodwill Pound Store. That's my best. That's the most fun sourcing, and you get the best value there. I usually tend to average, somewhere in the 20 to 25 cent a piece item, each time I go. So I enjoy the pound store, and plus the people there are always great. So here's just a bunch of stuff that I've been listing today, just little oddball things here and there. And speaking on things why you should never stop learning, use him as an example. When if you're always looking at people sold and what things have sold, your instincts will take over when you're out picking, and you'll just come across something that other people are passing on. Like he was just laying there in the bins, and I knew to grab them, but so many people passed them, and when one had sold for, I think it was like $27. So if you do always do your research and always just learning something new, and like I said, your instincts will take over when you come across stuff, and that's probably the biggest advice I can give to anybody is never stop learning. Always find sellers that you kind of compete with or shadow on eBay and look at what they're selling and what is actually sold in their items. Put up a bunch of CDs yesterday, more stuff that I found at the pound store. Uh, that was an error which I changed, but for some reason eBay is acting up and is not changing the pictures back totally. So, eBay, there's always something going on wrong on eBay. But just a bunch of CDs and DVDs I've listed. So let's get to the sold. How about that? We'll just jet down a little bit. Same old stuff. CDs, I don't think there's nothing special to tell you stories about on this stuff. Hats. I love hats. Getting lots of hats. So there we go. Let's go back up and we'll hit sold and we'll get into items that have sold. God, I love this stuff. This is stuff too. People just pass up. That's just sits there. And I'm like, how can you pass this up? How can you pass up for 25 cents something with a tag on it that said $98? I I can't. I would kick myself if I did. But anyway, let's go back up. Now it might take a year to sell, but still, you're going to have very little invested into that product. So here we go. What has sold lately? What has sold lately? Nerf gun. I saw these. This little gun, man. I pick up all day long at the Goodwill. And every time I put them up, boom, they're gone. Boom, they're gone. This is one thing I've been sitting on for years that I thought would move quicker, and it never did. So I lowered the price to $4.99, and boom, it's gone. Gotta love bulk seller or bulk buyers. Come in, just buy one, few of everything. Some of you might be looking at this and going, $1.69, what's that all about? Yeah, I like volume. I'm only pocketing a dollar after all in on something like this, but you times that by 1,000, that's $1,000. So, and plus my first love is CDs and DVDs and video games. So I'm never going to stop doing that, but I'm kind of pushing it off to the side, getting more into other stuff. Like a strawberry shortcake down that I sold for $8, I believe. Let's see, got any stories or anything coming down here? I think all these CDs were bought by one person. Just came in, bought like 24 CDs from me. Get into hats. Hats. Of course, Nike hats always do good. Can't go wrong with a Nike hat. This was cool. I woke up this morning, this sold. I was like, what? Bought this at the pound store, which probably, averaged 25 cents. $159. When did I put that up? December. So it took a few months, but I got my full asking price for it. Gotta loves that. What it is, what you read is all I know. I didn't do too much homework into it. Alrighty. I think this is a lot more bulk buy items from seller. Here's these. I'll tell you a story. Here we go. Some of you may remember the Hastings music stores, bookstores that went out of business. I had a field day at those, let me tell you. I was traveling. I think I hit 3 different stores. Both of these are from there. And loaded up trucks. I loaded up my truck. Actually, I probably got some pictures here. Let me come over to my other page here. Let me pull that up. There we go, the Hastings bookstore. This was the one down in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I was hitting these up right as they were going out, where you were getting item, everything at like 10 cents a piece. Actually, when I hit up Cape Girardeau, I think everything was a quarter a piece, because it was still weeks away from them closing. So that's why I got this little cart. I wasn't grabbing everything at that location. As you can see, yeah, that was the Cape Girardeau store. So good amount of stuff from that store. Oh, that was actually from a vacation. So right before, 2 days before they were closing, I had went on a vacation. Well, on the way back, it was 2 days before they were closing, and I found the store in Tennessee. So I hit them up, and that's when everything was down to 10 cents a pop. So I was going in there, guns blazing, grabbing everything, filling up carts, boxes. As you can see, there's one of the workers. I don't remember his name, but I'm, filling up carts full of stuff. He looks a little stressed there, don't you think? I was pushing him. I was there literally all day, and we were just boxing up CDs and vinyl. And 10 cents a pop, I was clearing them out. So just some of the stacks when I got home, when I was separating. More there. Let's see. There's the U-Haul truck I rented to haul it all back home. Like I said, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, so we were in the middle of Tennessee. And it wouldn't fit in my Jeep Grand Cherokee. So that's all the pictures I have from that. So yeah, that was a nice score. I hate seeing stores like that go. But well, you got to put that aside and get down to business and do what you need to do so that you don't end up like that. So, there you go, some trucker hats. Love vintage trucker hats. Whenever you find these, grab them. Even if you don't know who they are or what they are, you grab these things. As you can see, the one person came in and bought, I think, 5 hats and spent $106, I believe. They're going to Taiwan. So, there's that. Dude, I had this forever. Some picture I had found. I put that up March 2017. A little picture I found at the Goodwill, which I liked, so I grabbed. There you go. I can see it better. Less bull, more deer. I knew it'd eventually sell. That's the cool thing about eBay. Everything eventually sells. All right, so let me go back. And we're getting into baseball season, so we got baseball stuff starting to fly out the door. Cardinal stuff. More vintage trucker hats. Anything racing will eventually sell. You go DVDs and CDs. More stuff bought at the Hastings. I've only sold one of them. A lot of the stuff I've just put, even though they're new, I just put them at used prices just to move them because I've been sitting on them for some of them since October, November of 2016. Hell, I even still got boxes of this stuff I have not listed yet. So that tells you. I've got actually 5 storage areas filled with product that I have not listed yet. So I got like 27,000 items in the store. I probably got another 500,000 items in storage that I haven't touched yet. So job security, if you will. Yeah, there we go. More stuff as we page through. Another item from Hastings. And look how long I've had these in the store. I'm still selling. Just sold the last one, the Jack Russell. You're a Great White fan. I got these in Virginia. Finally sold out. This was actually put up way before that. I think I relisted them or something, but found those in West Virginia or Virginia on every year we take a boy toy tour trip, a guy trip, and that's where those were found. One thing I do love is independent artists. If you see a CD or a cassette of an independent artist, what I mean by independent is you look at this, you don't see no record label at all on it. I mean, I knew this one, I knew this band. It's a local St. Louis band, like a ska band. And this was released before they were signed to a major label. So I knew it was going to sell. Problem is I haven't sold one in forever, so I couldn't find any going prices on them. I just stuck with $25 knowing it would probably sell immediately and I was probably losing some. And of course, as soon as I put it up, it sold. So would I have gotten 50 out of it if I put up 50? Maybe so. But it is what it is. I got a quick $25. You'll find a lot of new stuff in my store. Like, actually, a lot of the toys are gone by now. Something like this, 35 still available. Things like this I bought. We used to have an FYE store, old record store here in St. Louis. The last one closed up, unfortunately. And but what I was able to do prior to them closing is I was always able to go in and buy out their clearance items. And sadly, that source is now gone. But I would go in and buy, all their toys and clearance toys at 75% off and just truckloads. Actually, I think I got pictures of that. Hold on a sec. That first picture I showed you, that's some of the stuff I got at the Hastings, or not the Hastings, but the FYE store, 75% off clearance items. And I know there's a couple of sellers that I found on eBay that actually do that too in their areas. I think one was New York, but sadly we don't have many more. There's some more of the toys you can see there. Let's see. So most of the stuff's sold out by now because it's been a while since my last batch from them. Well, we got another one. Actually, we've still got a lot of TED stuff left. Probably still got a lot of these left too. These Star Wars plush thingies. I think I might still have a few Jay and Silent Bobs left. Yeah, just tons and tons of new toys. What I like doing on some of this stuff too is putting some away in storage. I already showed you that one, didn't I? Because, you know, some of the stuff will go up in value over time. I should have some of these in storage because these Yahtzee Zeldas are not selling for nothing. I mean, you give them away at $5 all day long, but I think I put a bunch of them back in storage, hoping that they'll go up in value one day. I think that's it. All my pictures. This box right here, though, that's money was in that box. I believe this was the box. The CDs had a bunch of first issues, first prints in them. And I'll say the word Target CDs. And I'll save that for another video if I don't come across a Target CD right now. But most limited one in there was a reverse Target CD for U2. And I think I got like $500 something out of that CD alone. So if you don't know what a Target CD is, I'll go ahead and let you look that up. Give you a little homework there, unless I come across it here. But so I think I'm going to start doing these videos. Hopefully you'll learn something, you like them, and let me know what you think, comment and stuff on them. And I might do more. So gonna go through here a little more. And you can find little stuff like these old little toys. Always do good. So page through more here. Anyway, you get the idea. So this is all for this video. And let me know what you think in the comments and stuff. And then maybe I'll make more and we'll head down this list right here. So catch you later.